Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Living in Denver. As you can see behind me, you might not recognize my background, and that's because I'm actually sitting right now in a house that I'm preparing to sell this week in Southshore. So Southshore is in Southeast Aurora, and it is one of the most popular areas in the Southeast Aurora area. And I'm really excited to share this episode with you today because this part of Denver is awesome. It's really popular. And who knows, maybe if you decide to explore it a bit further, you might be able to come check out this house that's going up for sale this week. So before we get started though, as always, my name is Adam Lang. I'm a licensed realtor here in Denver, Colorado native. Love making videos like this, but really just want to connect with you guys. So if you have any interest at all in learning more about Denver, I'd love to invite you just to connect with me. No strings attached, just connect and hopefully find a few ways that I can provide value to you, regardless of if you're trying to seriously buy a home or not. But for now, let's go ahead and get started. Again, talking all about Southshore in Southeast Aurora. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. As I said, this is gonna be all about Southshore, and I'm gonna tell you guys a few different reasons why I love this part of Denver, but also want to share just some more specifics with you when it comes to the population, what kind of homes are available in this area, and just why so many people choose this as their home. So right off the bat, I want to talk just about its location. So as I said, it's in Southeast Aurora, so from downtown Denver, it's about a 30-minute commute to the southeast. The Southshore is really known for its open space as well as its lake access. So Aurora Reservoir has immediate direct access if you are here in Southshore. And this home that I'm in actually right now, there's also a private fishing lake with a boathouse that's only about 75 feet from here. So lots to do when it comes to lakes as well as amenities. They have two clubhouses here, one of which actually has a bar, a tap, where they have seasonal beer that rotates throughout the year, and you can have up to 2 pints a day for free as a resident. So I've never heard of that in any other HOAs or homeowner associations, master plan communities. So definitely something unique about this one is that, but also both of these clubhouses have great fitness centers, really high-end pools with water slides, tons of community events, free yoga classes. I mean, the list goes on and on. Just both of these clubhouses and just overall all of the amenities and the surrounding area of Southshore is top-notch in my opinion. So that's definitely one reason why I think this is a great spot, but I also just want to share with you a few other things. So Southshore, it's just under 3,000 residents. In fact, it's 2,918 as of last year, 2024, and it has a median household income of just over $84,000. Predominantly, it is single-family homes, but you will also find some higher-end apartments and condos in some of the other parts of Aurora near Southshore, but Southshore overall is single-family homes. And in that $600,000 to $900,000 range, there are some that are on the higher end that are in the area kind of like where I'm at right now, which are closer to the lake, the pond, the clubhouse, some of that good stuff. But overall, just anywhere you go in Southshore, they all are really good locations when it comes to views and easy accessibility to get to C470 and some of the other major roads to get to downtown Denver and just to other parts around this part of Aurora. So talking a little bit more about the lifestyle and the environment here in Southshore, I mentioned how you have that private fishing lake with boathouse just really close to where I'm at right now. I'll share some drone footage and some more on that here in a second. But also you've got Aurora Reservoir. So Aurora Reservoir has both public access for anybody that wants to go there, but what's so cool is if you live in Southshore, there's some private trails you can take in the neighborhood here where you don't even have to go through a gate and pay admission to get into the Aurora Reservoir. A little bit of a secret for you there. But Aurora Reservoir is great. They've got a beach, there's all kinds of water sports going on, non-motorized on Aurora, so you're gonna find a lot of paddle boards, sailboats, a lot of people fishing, that kind of stuff. And just overall, I think it's just one of the best reservoirs on the southern side of Denver when it comes to being very family friendly and just a lot to do with the exception, again, of motorized boats. So if you want to go water skiing, wake surfing, all of that kind of stuff, there are still some great options nearby. The closest would be Cherry Creek Reservoir, And then going a little bit further to the west, you also have Chatfield Reservoir. Another really cool thing about this part of Denver, Southeast Aurora, is you do have a little bit more mild weather. So you do still have a lot of, crazy rain, wind, some hail, some of that kind of stuff. But when it comes to snowfall, it's definitely a little bit more mild the further south and further east you go, in comparison with places that are more on the western side of Denver, like Golden, Applewood, Wheat Ridge, even parts of Littleton. So when you're in this part of Denver, Southeast Aurora and Southshore, you're gonna be blessed with a little bit less manual labor with shoveling your driveway and just dealing with the snowfall specifically. As I said earlier, the homes in Southshore can range significantly, but in that $600,000 to $900,000 range is a pretty wide cast net, but that would be a good range to at least initially have your eye on. But a lot of the homes in Southshore are newer. In fact, a lot of new construction homes were built just around 2010. So almost every home that you're going to see in here is newer, and newer meaning after 2010. Some really high-end builders did build homes in this area. A few that I personally am a fan of would be Toll Brothers, Richmond Homes, and Century Communities for a little bit more budget option. Since a lot of these homes are newer, they're going to be a little bit more of that open floor plan, kind of that design style that's becoming more and more popular now with open layout kitchens, just a little bit more functional space when it comes to either families or just people that are moving into homes that want that extra space and storage. One thing that's super cool about this home specifically, it actually has a 4-car garage. So it's 3 cars with the garage doors, but then there's what's called a 4th tandem spot. So this additional spot, this additional bay, doesn't have its own garage door, but it's great if you do have just the need to store stuff. And you could fit a 4th car there, but what ends up happening, maybe you guys already know this, but if you don't, here's another little local tip for you. When you move out here, you don't realize it, but a lot of activities that you're gonna pick up and start doing, skiing, mountain biking, just any outdoor activity here in Denver or in Colorado, takes a lot of stuff. A lot of gear is usually involved. And that gear needs to be stored somewhere. So a lot of times people will move out here, they'll buy let's just say a 2-car garage, they'll have 2 cars, and they'll expect that they're gonna be putting all their gear also in the garage. Well, come to find out, after the 2 cars are in there, there's no more space to put anything else. So what I love about this 4th car, this tandem spot, you can still have full 3-car garage, everything in there that you need with the cars, and then tons of extra space where you're never feeling like you're gonna have stuff falling on your car in the garage or opening your door and banging it into stuff. So just a little side note, if you ever are looking at homes and thinking about how many garage spaces you need, if possible, go up one more than what you maybe think you actually need. Now, another really cool thing about Southshore is how very inexpensive and, in my opinion, very affordable the HOA fees are. So out here in Colorado and in Denver specifically, if you buy a home in a master plan community, similar to Southshore here, you're going to have a monthly fee typically. And this can range anywhere from maybe $100 a month all the way up to $400 or $500 a month. Really just depends on what amenities are being offered and how large of an association it is. Obviously, the more homes that are in that association, the more it's going to even out over those people. So every individual home isn't going to have to pay quite as much. And I think that's one of the reasons why Southshore is so inexpensive. My clients that I'm helping sell this home, they actually just let me know that it's only going to be about $35 a month because another part of their HOA fee is what's known as a Metro Tax District or a special assessment. That actually ends in this coming year. So they were paying $135 a month. Starting next year, it's only going to be $35 a month. So very, very reasonable in my opinion when you consider that you have 2 clubhouses, fitness centers, all sorts of outdoor options with the trails and with these different boathouse, clubhouses, private fishing lakes, all kinds of stuff. So very, very reasonable in my opinion. Now, another reason why Southshore is incredibly popular if you are a family with kids that are going into a public school system, one of the top 3 school districts in the entire state is Cherry Creek. And this is actually feeding into that Cherry Creek school district. So very, very, very good school district, if you want to just not take my word for it, because I always want you guys to do your own research and homework on this, check out niche.com, look it up there. But every one of the schools is typically getting an A rating. And there's a newer elementary school that just popped up in the Southshore area called Altitude, and it's been getting really good reviews. Again, look it up yourself, but overall, people are oftentimes choosing to live over here just because of this coveted Cherry Creek School District. Lots of other amenities and convenience if you are in Southshore. Southlands Mall is only about a 5-minute drive from here. Lots of retail options for shopping and just the everyday necessities, like some really good grocery stores, all that kind of stuff. And there's also good medical services around here as well, with UC Health and Children's Hospital of Colorado, both within about a 10-minute drive. So in Southshore, it's similar to some areas also in Littleton, like where I currently live in Grant Ranch, where since it is a little bit of a commute to get to downtown Denver, in my opinion, it's really ideal for people that either work a mix of both remote and in person, or mostly are remote type workers. And you can live in this remote work environment and enjoy all that it has to offer with the additional open space and just being able to really do everything you need to do from here without having to, commute to other places. So if you are able to work remotely, I think this could be a great option for you. But even if you do still need to commute, it's not the end of the world. I have a lot of friends that live over here that do still commute to Denver on a daily basis. So just keep that in mind, though. If that is something that's important to you, it's going to be about a 30 to 40-minute drive to get to downtown Denver. All right, so just to close this video out, as you can see, Southshore has a lot of great stuff, a lot of options for people that are looking for that really good blend of a suburban lifestyle, but also some of this beautiful open space with lakes, private fishing ponds, boathouses, clubhouses, lots to do when it comes to Southshore. So if that is piquing your interest at all, I'd love to share more with you guys. As I said, I also have this current house that we're gonna be hitting the market this week on. So if you want more specifics on this place, I would love to share that with you as well. So all that info down below. Feel free to reach out. Don't forget, hit that like and the subscribe button. I share new videos just like this every week. Some are a little bit more specific, like this one was today. Others are a little bit more broad, talking about my favorite aspects of living in Denver as a Colorado native, all kinds of good stuff. So hope you guys take advantage of that and hit that like and the subscribe button. And more than anything else, just want to say thanks for watching, and I cannot wait to share an all new, brand new episode of Living in Denver with you next week. I'll see you then.